Please, please remain standing. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. May I have your attention, and may I have your decorum for this wonderful occasion. Good afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to our parents, to our wonderful graduates, our honor marshals, the leadership cabinet of Riverwood, our faculty and staff, Fulton County Associate Superintendent Dr. Michael Payne, Sandy Springs Area Superintendent Mr. Robert Lynch, Fulton County Board members, Mrs. Gail Dean and Mrs. Julia Burnett. I welcome you. I welcome all of you to our 28th commencement of Riverwood High School. As principal, I come before you today for a few short minutes because you don't want to listen to me today. Right, graduates? You want to get something. I just want to present some examples of what Riverwood has stood for this year. In our senior class, we have students who have achieved great honors, awards, scholarships, and recognitions. On Thursday evening, these students were honored in a formal ceremony. However, I would like for them and some other ones, when I identify the group you were honored in, to please stand and remain standing, because parents and community, you're going to see something. Please stand when I identify the group you were honored in. We had one National Achievement Scholarship finalist. Please stand. We had 3 National Merit finalists. Please stand. We had 4 National Semi-finalists. Please stand. We had 5 National Merit Commended students. Please stand. There are, and I say this with arrogance, 103 honor graduates with an average of 88 and higher. Please stand. We have, hold on, it gets better. It gets real better, as the kids say. We have 75 International Study Magnet Seal graduates. Please stand if you're not already standing. We have 70 National Honor Society graduates. I was just choked, and there's no water up here. We have students, 221 of them, who took the advanced placement exams. Please stand. Let us recognize all of these students, because all of them should be standing at the moment. Let's give them one more round of applause. You may be seated. Further evidence that the Riverwood community has achieved its goal, where's the water, of academic excellence is the, listen to this carefully, the $1 million of scholarships that were offered to our senior class. If you were offered a scholarship, please stand. We are proud of these. You may sit down. We are proud of the number of scholarships offered to our candidates. However, and listen to this carefully, parents, however, what is most impressive about this class is the humanitarian spirit, the love for volunteerism, the passion for international reconciliation and diversity, and their desire to become viable citizens. As I conclude, I want to talk about the Riverwood heroes and sheroes. They were selected by the faculty. Oh, Mr. Harris. They were selected by the faculty as Riverwood heroes and sheroes. When I call your name, please stand. Devin Davis. Mrs. Marabona, ESOL teacher, says this about Devin. Since his freshman year, when Devin was in my Spanish class, I have observed his exemplary composure and altruistic demeanor. This year, Devin has volunteered his independent study time to tutor all of my international students. This work has resulted in my international students having a role model present in their everyday student life. Devin has been an inspiration and a wonderful asset to our Riverwood community. Thank you, Devin. You may be seated. Samantha Deitch. Mrs. Barbara Cullen, science teacher, says this about Samantha. Samantha is a wonderful lady. Samantha stands out because she works extremely hard to get the best possible grades. No matter how difficult student life becomes, she is always smiling, helpful, considerate, and willing to do whatever is asked of her. Thank you, Samantha. You may be seated. Carlos Hall. Mrs. Walker, one of Carlos's teachers, said that he got a rocky start in his early high school life, but one day he decided to make a big change in his life. He began to work hard, pass all his courses, and participate in sports at Riverwood High School. Mr. Vinson, assistant principal, says that Carlos sits here today as an accomplished student, filled with the characteristic of humility and respect for academic success. Congratulations, Carlos. Evan Diamond. Yours truly had to get involved in this selection. Evan Diamond is a dedicated student. He is a technician extraordinaire in the media and theater department. Evan is always there to help out at every theater or media event, or even Dr. Boyce's cluster meetings when she doesn't know where anything is. Miss Masseri, theater teacher, says that when she first came to Riverwood, Evan did amazing things to lead others. He designed lighting and was always up to trying new methods and systems. Even though Evan is the in-charge guy, and he will let Dr. Boyce know that, he will put that role aside to focus on learning more and learning new things. Congratulations, Evan. Salam Tay. Mrs. Kelly, ESOL teacher, says that Salam has made great strides in perfecting her English and making good grades. Because of this hard work, Salam is ready and eager to begin college. Salam has participated in the Black History Assembly and tried out for cheerleading twice. Mrs. Kelly is very proud of Salam's success since she has newly come to the United States. Congratulations, Salam. Carter Dodd. Carter Dodd is a well-known soccer player, and he is recognized not only for his expertise in being an athlete, but for his sportsmanship and his team loyalty. When Riverwood went to the state finals, Carter was one of the players that illustrated the passionate desire to win. Carter, an honor student, was determined to keep up with his grades while we were all reaching for the state title. Riverwood's soccer is second in the state of Georgia, and Carter Dodd was a large part of this success. Thank you, Carter. Finally, I have a group of heroes and sheroes that I have been working with, and I do not think I will ever forget them and their energy. They are the senior class officers. They have worked very hard. Wait until I call your name. They have worked very hard to make this a great senior year. Please stand, President Lindsay Ponder. Another shero is the Vice President, Dara Watson. I tried, Dara. I tried. Vice President, shero Laura Huttenbach. I'm sorry, Laura, you are the secretary. I looked down too fast. Annika Strawn, treasurer. International Studies representative Brandis Bell. Annie Lipsick, Fine Arts representative. Tiffany Gray, athletic representative. Stephanie Silvera, at-large representative. Salam Tay, who is already standing, she is our ESOL representative. Would our sheroes and heroes who I have spoken to and recognized please stand, and would you please give them another round of applause? You may be seated. Thank you.
Good afternoon. To the graduates of Riverwood High School's class of 2001, faculty, families, and friends, today signifies a turning point in all of our lives. Today, each and every graduate will cross the threshold of opportunity, promise, and prosperity. As we cross this threshold, we must reflect on and remember the things that got us where we are today. Counting down to the last few days of school, our minds have been clouded with feelings of anxiety, joy, and pride. However, we must stop and think about what the past has given us and analyze how we may use the gifts of the past to prosper in our future. With that in mind, it is essential to note that in order to maximize our present and future, we must recognize our past. For all of our lives, we have been constantly reminded that the past does repeat itself. Through good and bad experiences, our history is one that will follow us for the rest of our lives. Consequently, everything that you have done in your past matters. For example, failing a test should have given you insight into what needs to be done in the future in order to prevent failing. Moreover, becoming the valedictorian of your class adds to your success and sets you up for a great future. Whether we are going to work or college, what we did yesterday will be beneficial tomorrow. Of course, none of us has a past free of flaws or mistakes. However, the mistakes as well as the successes of yesterday both add in our understanding of the future and continuing our present. First, it is imperative that we realize that even though we have had mistakes in our past, those same mistakes will help us in our future. In other words, as Oscar Wilde once stated, experience is simply the name we give to our mistakes. Yes, the faults of our past offer experience for our future. We often only reflect on the successes of our past. However, the mistakes, too, give us insight into our personality and make us a better person in the end. Time and time again, you will find yourselves referring to mistakes you made in the past so that you may make better decisions for yourself in the future. For instance, I, as well as many of us, have had some trouble with time management and allocation. However, if I had never experienced the mistake of poor allocation, I would never know or respect the importance of proper organizational skills. Subsequently, it is through our mishaps that we gain wisdom and experience that will carry us through life. On the other hand, our successes also add much to our future. No matter what we will do after this day, we will need to prove ourselves in the world. We do this by showing our success. With each success, we slowly lay the foundation for a prosperous future. The good thing is that our foundation is almost ready for traffic. However, we must continue to reach our goals. Only then will we have true success that will complete our sidewalk of life. I truly speak for everyone here when I say that the graduating class is a class of monumental success. Furthermore, I am certain that each and every graduate from the class of 2001 will add something special and unique to the highly interconnected world in which we live. Finally, we must look to the past in order to secure the future. Right now, the past is all we have that will take us forward. We have to reflect on, cherish, and relive our past in order to ensure a brighter future. So, to the graduating class of 2001 of Riverwood High School, I hope that you take special notice of your past because it will take you to the very heights that your dreams cannot explore. Good luck, graduates.
Some folks dream of the wonders they'll do before their time on this planet is through. Some just don't have anything planned. They hide their hopes and their heads in the sand. Now I don't say who is wrong, who is right, but if by chance you are here for the night, then all I need is an hour or two to tell the tale of a dreamer like you. We all dream a lot. Some are lucky, some are not. But if you think it, want it, dream it, then it's real. You are what you feel.
I closed my eyes, drew back the curtain to see for certain what I thought I knew. Far, far away, someone was weeping, and the world was sleeping. Any dream will do. A crash of drums, a flash of light, my golden coat flew out of sight. The colors faded into darkness, I was left alone. May I return to the beginning. The light is dimming, and the dream is too. The world and I, we are still waiting, still hesitating. Any dream will do. Any dream will do.
Family, friends, faculty, and fellow seniors. After years of preparation, today is our time to pause on our journey and celebrate. Riverwood Class of 2001, today is our moment. The time to reflect on the experiences of yesterday and focus on the possibilities of tomorrow. After our graduation ceremony has ended, formalizing the transition from one academic and life stage to the next, we can expect new challenges, greater choices, and responsibilities that transcend adolescent reality. This is our time to harness what we have been awarded, what we have earned, knowledge as a tool for life, and to define it within the context of our own lives. While considering the interconnectedness of each experience, I have come to realize that the past corrects, the future expects, but as the creators of the present, we create the lasting effects. In this moment, class of 2001, we are the distinction between the were and the will be. We make choices surrounding the could not and the can do. Yet in between dualities that balance titles of the past with roles of the future, we must remember that we simply are. We are the result of many factors: support, guidance, and teachings in the home, education and encouragement in the classroom, and even instruction from society. The effect of over a decade of instilled values. Many of us are who we have learned to be. However, I believe that today is the beginning of a time when we become not who we have learned to be, but who we choose to be. As the wise Professor Dumbledore calmly explained to Harry Potter, an anxious youth haunted by warped perceptions of his fate and good character, it is ultimately our choices that show us what we truly are, far more than our abilities. Our families, teachers, and role models, much in the same light, have prepared us to define life through decisions rather than our raw potential to succeed. They have taught us that regardless of our talents or intellect, if we do not make the right choices, we do not maximize our potential. We are entering a time of profound influence, a time to define and redefine each moment in the context of every other moment, adding to our gradual understanding of success, happiness, and fulfillment. With success accompanies an ever-changing outlook that makes goals in the present appear beneficial for our future. With happiness comes moments of optimistic realization surrounding our present condition. And then, as a result of our new perspectives, we hope to reach fulfillment, when what we have worked towards suddenly becomes what we have achieved, and what we desire, both tangible and intangible, is what we possess. At the conclusion of required academic preparation, hopefully accompanied by moments of willing intellectual stimulation, we are now in the process of distinguishing the meaningful from the insignificant, the elaborate nature of life from the simplicities therein, and the purpose of knowledge from the value of lifelong learning. We must make choices that continue to enrich our minds, contribute to our personal growth, and tend to our characters with integrity and honor. We must use the present as fertile ground for cultivating our future, and as the structure that sits atop foundations of the past. As our aspirations send us down different paths, remember to look where you are going. Look where you have been. Look where you are. And then go to your destiny. Thank you.
At this time, I can speak now, I'm not choking anymore. At this time, I would like to present some distinguished recognitions. And with me in that presentation is Riverwood High School's Teacher of the Year, Mr. Larry Brown, Math Department Chairperson. On Thursday evening, we announced the valedictorian and the salutatorian, but I would like to recognize them again. Our salutatorian is Ardra Payne. Ardra, would you please stand? Ardra's family, would you please stand? Thank you. Thank you very much. You may be seated. There is the ultimate honor to be the #1 person in the class. And this year, we are proud, not only is she the #1 person with the highest grade average, she is a well-rounded, well-liked, and wonderful person. Annika Strawn. Annika's family, would you please stand? Thank you. You may be seated. Mr. Brown.
Good afternoon. Each year, the Faculty Cup is awarded to one high school senior who has made a lasting impression and impact on Riverwood High School and the community. The recipient of this prestigious award has demonstrated excellence in academics, leadership, and community activities. This award is distinct from all others because the faculty of Riverwood High School selected the senior to receive this special honor. Please join me in congratulating the Faculty Cup winner for the class of 2000, Ilyana Arzate. Will Ilyana's family please stand?
The Atlanta Journal Cup is the most prestigious scholastic award presented at Riverwood High School. Each year, the faculty votes to select the best all-around student. The student does not only exhibit superior academic skill, but he or she has an insatiable thirst for knowledge, for the sake of knowledge. Among the winners over the last 20 years, one went to become valedictorian at Yale, valedictorian at Vanderbilt, and two have gone on to become valedictorians at Duke. These achievements are only symbolic of the bright future that stands before each winner of the Atlanta Journal Cup. And I'm confident that this year's winner will carry on this proud tradition. The 2001 winner of the Atlanta Journal Cup for Riverwood High School is Joanna Davidovich. How could I forget your parents, Joanna? Where is Joanna's family? Please stand. And the new baby. Thank you, Mr. Eckert.
We have arrived. For 12 years, many of us have driven ourselves to get to this very destination, graduation. And now, here we are. As we sit here with the fluorescent lights bouncing off our polyester gowns, I know that at least a few of us are wondering, now what? In 20 years, most of us will be 38. In 30 years, we will be 48. Where are we going to be? Who are we going to be with? What are we going to be pursuing? For the first time, we will have to answer these questions without the pressure of concerned counselors, worried teachers, and anxious parents trying to keep us to get going. Today marks the severing of our lifeline and the beginning of a new era of responsibility. And with this new burden, we all must make a more concentrated effort to stay on top of our own lives. In 20 to 30 years, we will be the leaders of this country. We need to embrace this and begin preparing ourselves for the tremendous tasks that await us. In 20 to 30 years, it is highly likely that the energy crisis of today will only become accelerated. Because of this, we need to look for alternative energy sources and new ways to use less. We all know that destroying Alaska, one of the few remaining untouched wilderness areas, is not the answer. In this class, future scientists who will help lead the world in an energy revolution may very well surround us. In 20 to 30 years, the environment that we live in will most likely be in peril. With the increase in government negligence over environmental concerns, it will be our generation's job to seize the reins of decision-making back from the power companies and begin to concentrate on the essentials: water, air, and wildlife preservation. In 20 to 30 years, the scientific discoveries of today will become a reality. Innovations such as cloning and biogenetic engineering will provide an incredible amount of benefits to our society, with an equal amount of potential for negative uses. It will be our responsibility to create the policies that will harness these technologies in a positive manner and learn to deal with their negative or controversial implications. In 20 to 30 years, our educational system will probably be one of the main topics of concerns. We have had the chance to be guided by caring teachers, a good school, but how will the education of our children be administered? With the increasing teacher shortage, the government encouraged teaching of the test, and the lack of funding for public schools, problems are increasing rapidly. We need to tackle these educational woes head-on by reevaluating what issues are important to us. Nonsensical plans such as school vouchers do not provide an answer to these problems. Instead, it is our responsibility to heal and revitalize the educational system by becoming teachers ourselves, whether officially or unofficially. In 20 to 30 years, we will be confronted with all of this responsibility and more. Social security deterioration, nuclear armed developing countries, DNA modification, our own sense of entitlement. These are all problems that lay before us. Let us spend the upcoming years in preparation. Armed with knowledge, morality, and a sense of experience, we can and will overcome any obstacle in our path. It is important that we also realize that these problems do not only present obstacles that we have to tackle, but also opportunities that we have been given. We will have the chance to shape the future in whatever direction we deem fit. It will be our job to carry this country through the 21st century, and it is our opportunity to be able to do this. So let us not only celebrate our great achievement of today, but also look forward in anticipation on what is to come. Will we only step forward in pursuit of a tired American dream, or will we support our end of responsibility and take an active role in the world? The answer to this, only we can decide.
I told you, senior class. Private joke. Mrs. Dean, Mrs. Burnett, Dr. Payne, and Mr. Lynch, would you please stand? Mrs. Dean, would you please come forward? As principal of Riverwood High School, I hereby certify that the members of the class of 2001 have satisfied all of the requirements and the proficiencies established by the Georgia Board of Education and the Fulton County Board of Education, and are therefore entitled to receive their diplomas.
By the power vested in me by the state of Georgia, and on behalf of the Fulton County Board of Education and the Georgia Department of Education, we certify that this graduation class of 2001 has completed every graduation proficiency and has earned the Carnegie credits required for graduation. We are pleased for you to promptly begin the presentation of the Riverwood High School diplomas.
And then Ms. Dean stands there.
Charles Ford. Lauren Thompson. Jeffrey Linowitz. Annika Strawn. Shelley Agami. Andrea Bailey. Matthew Berry. Serena Beasley. Andrew Brown. Kurt Brush. Mark Burke.
Amy Bird. Danielle Caldwell. Stephen Chasteen. Jennifer Colson. Cameron Kona. Wendy Kornblum. Sarah Cott. Joanna Davidovich. Lindsay Dean. Evan Diamond. Selena Evstafiew. Scotty Gadlin. Jonathan Gibson.
Rebecca Goldstein. Evan Groden. Margaret Haskell. Jamie Hensel. Connor Hubbard. Laura Lee Huttenbach. Brandon Jones. Sammy Cashlin. Jung Kim. Alexander Cole. Benjamin Lack. Stephanie Lau. Sung Lee. Ann Lipsitz.
Natalie LeBeffero. Ricky Mann. David McMahon. Jessica Northcutt. Poonam Patney. Audra Payne. Alexis Ponder. Mentor Rahimi. Vladislav Richter. Xanthia Robertson. Rachel Roberts.
Sharon Rubin. Meredith Schisler. Anne-Marie Schwartz. Matthew Sellers. Marjorie Sin. Michelle Summers. Lydia Steenblick. Peter Stewart. Stephen Tannenbaum. Jamal Thomas.
Jamila Thomas. Sarah Beth Warshauer. Daria Watson. Evan Watson. Rosemary Wild. Asma Abbasi. Anna Abdallah. Tina Michelle Abdallah. Court Adair. Juan Aguirre. Quentin Alexander. Brandon Allen. Janki Amin. Janwar Arifkin. Amir Aryai. Okay.
Ilenia Arzate. Bradley Bowman. Brandis Bell. Andrew Beringi. Jennifer Blaze. Alexis Bogart. Wesley Bolden. Andrew Bullard. Robert Burnett. Carrie Carmela. Precious Carlock. Charles Carmichael. Ian Carter.
Catherine Cates. Michelle Chapman. Jamie Coleman. Jessica Coleman. Joshua Cook. Elliot Copeland. Kalani Kush. Rita Dari. Devin Davis. Samantha Deitch. Chelsea Dial.
Carter Dodd. Sotuvia Dunn. Alexis Farrow. Kayla Friedman. Maria Garcia. Carolina Gabrielidis. Ashley Gilpin. Christopher Gomez. Sarah Gomez. Tiffany Gray. Warren Gray. Jeffrey Groslemund.
Gutierrez. Carlos Hall. Katie Halpern. James Hammond. Jonathan Harper. Eli Hicks. Keisha Holt. Melanie Hosinzadeh. April Howard. Stacy Howard. James Hines. Wonsuk Jung. Lorena Jesus.
Shin Jin. Kelly Johnson. Stephanie Jones. Dwayne Kelly. Veronica Canina. Sung Kim. Rebecca Knighton. Virginia Knighton. Sung Suk Kwan.
Sarah Lawhead. Chung Lin. Michael Lundy. Cedric Mack. Joseph Madden. Marcella Marcus. Margarita Marquina. Kansas Massey. Alan Mahick. Anahez Mel. Karen Morris. Pierre Nelson.
Tong Nguyen. Kelly Noel. Margie Norris. Jeffrey Omasinski. Andrew Parker. Deepak Patel. Parth Patel. Baiju Patel. Alden Pelto. Sam Raji. Elva Ramirez. Brandon Reisman. Joshua Richmond. Aaron Rifkin. Artem Rivkin.
Emma Schulke. Hannah Shikarlaban. Ryan Sheelor. Un Ben. Michael Shin. Mary Shingler. Stephanie Silvera. Dudley Simonton. Leslie Smart. Ahmad Smith. Todd. Tanya Starry. Human Tavaloui. Salam Tay. Albert Taylor. Maria Thompson. Mariela Trujillo. Madame Satorsi.
Brittany Vandizandi. Suzanne Vazefnan. Darnisha Walker. Julian Webb. Courtney Williams. Kenneth Williams. Shamika Williams. Eric Young. Ting Yu. Sandra Zarate. Carlos Zuniga. Carolina Zuniga.
I wanted to give you that minute to really show your recognition for these graduates. And now I would like everyone to be seated. I would like for you to take a moment of reflection. My seniors, this final address I want you to listen to. It's better than some old person getting up and telling you these things. Your peer is getting ready to give you the final address for the graduating class of 2001.
Standing here before you today, surrounded by family and friends, I am reminded of 7 years ago. On a stage much like this one, a chorus of 40 fifth graders sung an off-key version of Wind Beneath My Wings, and my parents cried as my classmates and I received our elementary school diplomas, an indication that we were indeed growing older. Just 3 awkward teenage years later, my 8th grade class commemorated a similar achievement when we marked our graduation from middle school with a modest ceremony and a semi-formal dance. Today, although we honor a similar achievement, this time it is a much larger accomplishment. This ceremony marks 18 years of education, both in and out of school. Not only are we celebrating the completion of elementary, middle, and high school, but we are celebrating knowledge and our educational progression. For 18 years, we have learned about the world around us. We have learned reading, writing, and mathematics. We have also understood the more important lessons of learning who we are, learning where we want to go, and learning how to learn. And so while we are ultimately driven to reflect on our past with satisfaction and look forward to our futures with optimism, we must not neglect today. Alfred Whitehead once said, "Today is holy ground, for it is the past and it is the future." Rejoice in this moment and enjoy it, for it is yours. Today also marks an occasion of unusual equality. From here, I look out onto a sea of blue robes. Each of you, my classmates, are on equal ground. At this moment, you are no better off than your neighbor. Neighbor is no better off than you. For each of you are equal in appearance and academic status. While standing here, reflecting on our educational and personal accomplishments, I am reminded of Virgil's parting words to Dante in the Divine Comedy. In his work, Dante depicts the journey of his soul, a transformation not unlike our own journey into adulthood. "You have seen the fires of passion and hell, my son, and now you arrive." Virgil is Dante's guide through much of the poem, but there comes a time when Virgil must leave Dante to complete the journey by himself. In Virgil's farewell passage, Dante writes of past struggles, present prosperity, and the possibilities in the future. "You have passed through steep and narrow places, and now the sun shines brightly upon your brow." Most of us, like Dante, have experienced personal suffering and sorrow. Each of us has put forth effort and hard work to overcome difficult times and realize this accomplishment. And while our grasses are still young and our years still relatively few, the past is an important teacher. Now shine far and full of bliss. Expect from me no word or sign. Your feel is right, sound, and free. To disobey it would be a fault. Therefore I give you yourself, crowned and mitred, you are yours. Take and learn from whatever and whomever you encounter. But inevitably, in the end, you are you. Just as Virgil must abandon his role as Dante's guide, we, as graduates, are leaving our teachers at Riverwood and the comforts of familiarity. We must try to find learning in everything we encounter and a teacher in whomever we meet. We are free to learn and to follow. Each of us is by no means a passive participant in our lifelong process of understanding and scholarship. Personal development and success is not achieved through the powerful authority of a single guide, but instead through personal will and the aid of many teachers. Congratulations to my fellow graduates of the class of 2001.
Would the graduation class please stand? It is a Riverwood tradition, starting with the graduation class of 2001, that we will have a processional and a recessional. So as the music starts to play, would our guest graduate speakers please lead? And the dais will follow, and the graduating class of 2001 will follow out.